Very welcome to the H1 financials of Mutares, special turnaround investor from Germany, active in Europe. I'm happy to present you the H1 financials because they show what we did in the first half year, and they show that we continue our path of success of the last 24 months, which are very, very powerful and strong. So when you look at the group revenues, where we have a target of 5 billion in 2023, we have achieved 1.1 billion in the first half of the year. This does not include some large acquisitions we have done, which is like Lapeyre or which is like Magna part, where I come later on. The EBITDA is a number which contains a lot of bargain purchase, badwill, which means we get assets from large corporates. We get assets of, the bargain purchase is roughly 450 million here. We get assets of 450 million in the first half year where we haven't paid for. So this is a trust of Mutares taking care of things which are the unloved child of a corporate. The adjusted EBITDA grew from -16 to -4. So the adjusted EBITDA is the pure operational outcome of the business. In an ideal world, this EBITDA is 0 because it means we have acquired enough loss-making entities and we have sold enough profit-making entities. So the best balance is a 0. So if we make too much profit, we have missed acquiring companies or have missed to sell it. So an adjusted EBITDA of close to 0 with 1.1 billion is a quite good achievement. When we come to the Mutares holding on the right side of the slide, which is the important trigger for us, the listed vehicle in Frankfurt, we have consulting revenues. Those are the guys we sent in to do the restructuring of 22.8 million, which is an increase of 50%. Goes in line, hand in hand with the increase of the revenues. So there's a linear distinction between the two. The more companies I have, the more revenues I have in the group, the more consultants I can send in, the more consultants I can charge, and consequently, the more profit I do in the holding. So from last year, due date to due date, first half, June, we have increased by 20%. However, end of last year, we have hired quite a significant amount of people. When we look at the 3 segments where we are in, so segment number 1, automotive and mobility, segment number 2, engineering technologies and goods and services. So the segment developed very nicely, which of course has also to do with the acquisitions, for example, of the SFC solution we have done. And in all fairness, the H1 2020 was very hardly hit in the automotive by COVID, which was not so much the case in 2021. But you see the organic growth of the revenues on the right-hand side at 33 million. So we had organic growth there, and we did M&A activities of 103 million, which was predominantly Innovis and the SFC solution part of the business. When we come to the second segment, engineering and technology, we have a lot of acquisitions in engineering technology. We have Lacroix+Kress, we have La Rochette, we have Rollebourg and Chappy compared to 2020. So that's why you see an inorganic 140 million M&A activity-based increase of the revenue. However, when it comes to the profitability, which is lower, it comes first of all with this inorganic growth, with the purchasing of 140 million of revenues. But we also have the lovely performers such as Donges Group or Lacroix+Kress in this chart, in these numbers. The building construction site where Donges Group is in, doing steel structures, envelope, frames, buildings for logistics centers, for data centers, airports, road bridges, all of this went very, very well in the first half. So Donges Group performed very nicely and positively to this result. And last but not least, the goods and service, which is basically a non-cyclic business because we have products like Sabo, we're producing lawnmowers. Now, a lawnmower you need at any time because the grass is growing, no matter what the economy does. And the M&A activity of 165 million is mainly related to the new stuff like Telenor, like Repartim, like Exi. Also Lapeyre for 1 month because we closed in the 2nd of June this year. So the inorganic growth is there by the acquisitions. And that's also reflected then in the little bit lower adjusted EBITDA. Even though companies like Bexity and Keeper, who were in the portfolio already last year, performed very, very well in the first half of this year. Keeper as doing plastic products for households, Bexity doing logistics for food and pharma, predominantly in Austria. And when you remember Bexity and Keeper, you see them in the harvesting phase. You remember the Donges Group, see them in the harvesting phase. Those companies are operating very profitable. They have gone through the realignment, which is the turnaround. They have gone through the optimization, which is the break-even scenario. And now they're in the harvesting phase. And what you see is that the bunch of companies in realignment reflects the very nice activities on M&A side in the last 12 months. And the bunch of companies in the optimization reflects the 15 transactions we have done in 2020, who are in the portfolio now. So we are very nicely feeding the curve of the companies who supposedly, when they are a platform, going from bottom left to the top right. And the numbers on the right-hand side gives you a little bit of a sniff on what the different phases mean. So realignment, loss-making, optimization, almost break-even, and then a profitable top phase of the harvesting. Overall, we are very, very happy and proud of the first half year, the achievement with the entire team. We have taken the opportunities of COVID in a special situation environment, which is our home turf, where we are unique and where we are good in. We have taken the opportunity to translate this into growth of revenues and growth of profitability, which we believe in 2021 will be again in the range of 50% after 50% growth already in 2020. And all of this, I'm very certain, will lead to a sustainable, attractive dividend capability, because we as management are in full alignment with the rest of the shareholders, because we own 40% of the shares. So thank you very much for listening to the H1 results, and stay safe and stay tuned. Keep focusing on us, because there will be a lot of more good things coming up on the second half of the year until Christmas. We are very busy, the pipeline is full, and thank you very much.
Hi there, since you watched this company video until the end, I'm guessing you liked the video. And that's probably because we work very hard to create the most engaging and added value content for you. If you're a company and want to find out how we, at Seat11A, can make a company video with and about you, please email us at content@seat11a.com.